Officers Appreciation Award Ceremony. But the mayor was here a minute ago. If the mayor would please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, I would like to do some introductions, if you don't mind. As I call your name, I'd like you to stand up, please. Town Manager Ed Peterman, Mayor Manny Sid, our council members that are present, Josh Diegas, Marilyn Rowano. Did I miss anybody? Minor detail. Vice Mayor Louis Cayazzo, I'm sorry. And our Public Safety Committee members that are here, George Hinna, our Vice Chair. I don't see Rosa Barroso. Omar Gonzalez could not make it tonight. Luis Lopez, Johnny Torres. I finally get to recognize him, by the way, now that he's not wearing the mask anymore. Poor guy was coming to the meetings 4 or 5 months, whatever. I didn't know anything but a face with a mask. So now I can recognize him in the crowd, and I appreciate that. Fire Department Rep, Battalion Chief Danny Bolin is here tonight because Division Chief Cardeso is our rep at our meetings, but he couldn't be here. So Battalion Chief Bolin is here. And our Police Department rep is Officer Juan Rodriguez. I don't know if anybody here knows what he looks like, so we're going to make him stand up. Thank you. Yay. And Major Javier Ruiz from Metro-Dade Police Department. Still calling it Metro-Dade, Nancy. I'm sorry. Okay, now you know how old I am. We're going to do the presentation of the awards. I'd like Battalion Chief Bolin to come up to the podium, and we are and I'll let you call this young gentleman up if you like.
You want me to read it first and then call him up?
You can just call him up and.
Firefighter George Perez, front and center. I'm going to remove this mask. I've been vaccinated. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Guys, this year was tough. This battalion that serves your community has handled a multitude of calls, everything from structure fires to multi-vehicle accidents to just to your north, over 20 members of our community shot. With the efforts of police and fire, I'd like to say that we made short work of that incident. Unfortunately, lives were lost, but there was far too many people that did far too great of a job to give to any one of those individuals specifically. I want to, before I give you the definition of a fireman, I want you to know that firefighter George Perez is extremely humble and did not want this award. That to me is a representation of who he is and what he stands for. He expects no award. He expects no recognition. He does what most firemen do. Most firemen that I consider firemen do. They do their jobs humbly, and they do their jobs with pride, and they do their jobs because they love what they do. We now have an era of individuals that are not those. We're seeking those out, and they don't stay, and they don't last. It starts from the top down. Obviously, as you guys know, we have a new lineup of players above me, and we're pushing for the right thing. I love this new administration that we're currently working under, and I only see better things happening in the future. As you well know, not to get sidebarred, but we had the collapse at Surfside. I want you to know that your community, the same fire department that supports you, made worldwide recognition, and that will go down in the history books. The Blue IST team that came and helped us manage that incident did nothing but give us accolades on how well managed we were before they were here and the very little that they had to do to assist our efforts. I'd like to give thanks to those that aren't present for that, because that was a tremendous hit to our community. It's amazing how tied that building was to all portions of our community and to the world, as you saw. Without any undue address, I want to read the definition of a firefighter. It's a rescuer extensively trained in firefighting, primarily to extinguish hazardous fires that threaten life, property, and the environment, as well as rescue people in some cases or jurisdictions, also animals from dangerous situations. As you know, we do ducks. Obviously, we refer to our firefighters as just that, firefighters. This individual standing to my right is an example and a definition of a firefighter. He came to us after 4 years of Hialeah Fire Department. He saw the light, climbed out of that hole quickly. He's been here now for 17 years, just shy of it. He's handled a multitude of calls. He's worked 16 and a half years of those 17 years right here in your community. So you can imagine the lives that he's touched, the difference that he's made. The ones that we could save were saved. Far too many experiences and far too many incidents to number and name. That's why we picked this individual here today. George Perez, I'd like to give you the recommendation when they were looking for this outstanding example of a firefighter this year, and your name came up. Thank you.
On behalf of the Public Safety Committee, we give you this Firefighter of the Year award for all of your endeavors and your actions. I'm so proud of you. Here you go. Thank you. Your service. Oh, they're gonna get you.
Let's give that a good squeeze. This is a challenge coin given to George Perez. And although he wasn't prior military, he understands the meaning of a challenge coin. And that means that he met the challenge. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Want to get a little photo? Solo? Or right next to all three of us? Not bad. I get on this side. You might ruin the photo. At least I will.
Thank you. Thank you, man. I'm very happy the chief is very eloquent because I'm not, you know, but I want to say that it's an honor to be here with all of you and with my brothers and sisters from the police and the fire department, you know. What we do is all about teamwork, and I like to get this award on my behalf and on the behalf of all my brothers and sisters from police and fire. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Okay. Next, I would like to call Major Ruiz to do the presentation of the Police Officer Appreciation Award.
It's okay. These guys were here when there was Metro Date, so it's totally makes sense. First of all, good evening, everyone. My name is Javi Ruiz, Town Commander, Major of the Town of Miami Lake Section. I just want to start off by saying thanks to the Public Safety Committee. They constantly, on behalf of us and Fire Rescue, every single year, they take the time to acknowledge our efforts, to acknowledge the job that our officers and our firefighters do. And, in previous years, they've done breakfasts and a beautiful breakfast, and they really wanted to do it this year, but with things still going on, with, still just getting over that hump with COVID, we're doing this format for now. We look forward to next year, but again, thank you so much to all the members of the Public Safety Committee. And second, I want to extend our congratulations to George Perez. Congratulations to our brothers over there. And at this point, I'm going to ask, I think I'll go with Sergeant Eddie Reska first. Sergeant Reska, if he can join me up here. When I first spoke to Nancy about this, I was actually conflicted because normally we give one name, and this year we have literally about 45 years of experience leaving us in terms of, and since the town is incorporated for 20 years, we have 40 years of experience within the town of Miami Lakes Police Section leaving us. And starting with Eddie, Sergeant Reska began his career with us back in 1992. And this was right around the time that Hurricane Andrew came on. So right when he left the academy, they put him to work rather quickly in those terms. And he was assigned to Miami Lakes District, which is now Northwest District. And he's been in this area in Miami Lakes for his whole 30-year career. During that time period, he excelled as an officer and became a field training officer. And I have a personal note there because you actually were my FTO for one day because my field training officer called in sick. So, Eddie took me over, and I still remember some of those lessons that you taught me, which I won't expand on here, but to be very careful out there. And I actually used some of those lessons when I myself became a field training officer years later. And from there, he worked in Northwest District or Miami Lakes District crime suppression team, where they were tasked with following up with crime-related tips, conducting surveillances, arresting criminals, and doing drug stings and things of that nature. He was promoted to sergeant and immediately came to the town of Miami Lakes, where he was a road supervisor. And during that time period, he proposed creating a plainclothes squad to address crime issues within the town, which became our street crimes unit. And he became the GIU sergeant. And with with his crime fighting experience, his training, his investigative knowledge, he tailored that program in order to utilize them in order to conduct surveillances and arrest a lot of criminals on the street. During his time period here, I believe he's overseen over 9,000, almost 10,000 investigative cases. When you look at all the years that he's been here. And I can't even count how many arrests he's overseen and conducted, and that's not even the investigations that he conducted prior to becoming a sergeant. During his time here, he's been instrumental in devising and implementing numerous countless operational plans, surveillances, investigations. He has remained basically with us for 30 years, and he's amassed over 200 commendations and letters of recognition. He's a true law enforcement professional. And so it's my honor to bring you up here, not just because of that, but the other side of the story is how much you've cared about your detectives and cared about your officers throughout the years. You are an exemplary person. You're an exemplary officer because you're an exemplary person. So it's my honor, along with Nancy and the Public Safety Committee meeting, to present you with this recognition award for your 30 years of service and for all your years of service. Now, the only way I could get Eddie here is to promise him that he would not have to speak. So Eddie, say some words, come on.
You would. Sorry, guys, started at measure. Actually, I just want to say thank you very much to everybody. 30 years is a long time, and I've been privileged to work here in the town of Miami Lakes. The old station before the town incorporated, 30 years. Not many people do that. It's because I just love the area, the community, the people, and the support from the community is unbelievable here. The way they support law enforcement and fire is just, it's beautiful. So thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Nancy. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
And the other co-recipient of this year's award is Officer Juan Rodriguez. If you can join me up here, Juan. So Juan has also been with Miami Lakes District, and when it became Northwest District Incorporated, he's been with the town of Miami Lakes since inception. He is one of the few certified Florida crime prevention practitioners in the entire state. He's applies his certification to conduct residential, commercial security checks throughout the history that he's been with the town of Miami Lakes. He is our community service officer, and I think he's served in that capacity, I think practically the whole entire time you've been with the town, right? Except for the first 3 years. And he has attended various homeowners association meetings. He's attended all those meetings, and he's the one that talks to the people and provides information and provides assistance. Basically, when we don't know how to handle a certain situation and we're like, we don't know whether it goes to the investigator or a uniform unit or an investigator, we just, Juan, do me a favor, make contact with this person, find out what's going on, and let us and develop a plan, and he does so. During his time period, being the community service officer with us, he's participated in planning committees for various town events, such as the Veterans Day Parade, the 4th of July celebration, the Spring Fling, the Halloween at the Park. He's our community service officer that's always there, interacting with everybody, saying hello, and putting a face to the department. And in this day and age, community policing has become the absolute backbone for any entity that is engaged in policing the community. He serves as a sergeant at arms for every single monthly council meeting, and he's got a wealth of knowledge that I have had to tap on countless occasions to basically say, is this what they've done in the past? No, this is what they did in the past. This is what they did this time, and this is how this other guy did it, but he did it because of this. Each and every day, you'll see him at his school detail, greeting the kids as they come in and directing traffic at the school. He is a pillar of this community. He has served as a member of the Public Safety Committee. He has served as in the Planning and Zoning meeting, the Special Council meetings. Basically, with all that, you can still see him every now and then riding his bike up and down the street, patrolling the area. On a personal note, it's been my pleasure not just to work with him way back in the day when we first started, but also to see him move into his position as community service officer. I leave the town and then I come back and he's still here to have my back and to have everybody else's back. On behalf of the Public Safety Committee, Nancy and everyone, I want to present this award of recognition to you for all your years of service within the town. And I want to say thank you so much for everything you've done. Yeah. Eddie said to give you all his time,
That's
so you have about 15 minutes.
20 minutes. I've been in this town since the beginning, and from the beginning, I've gotten help from the residents and even the council members or anything else. One of the first residents I can remember that actually helped me, stay in this job was Dorothy Cook. She told me, hey, it's good. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Just relax, because it was a lot of, I spent almost like, let's say 6 years in midnights as a patrol officer, and to come into like a community service officer, it's a totally different, arena. So it's like more like a people person. So I got from her, Bob Spano, the council members, everybody. And this is the type of town, there's a small town that you can actually talk to, like, you come here and talk to a director, which I think if you try to do that in Dade County, it'll probably take you 2 years. But here you come to a director, where it's public works or anything else, and you say, I need to speak to, where it was Palacios or whatever it was, and they'd come in and actually help you. I would actually take people to them. Said, look, this guy's gonna help you. But the council members, all of them here, including the mayor, I've served with them in committees, and they all been very helpful. They all go through the steps. Like, I've known Louis for, I think, the longest with the elderly affairs. Been here since I've been here. So, and they've all helped me out, including Josh, Marilyn, and Manny in the back. They've all sat in committees that I sat in, and all throughout the times, it's very nice. Like I said, if it wasn't for the actual people, including the town manager that actually helped me through this ordeal, I would never made it. But they've been very helpful. Okay, and thanks a lot. And even to the residents a lot of times came to me and told me, hey, you'll be good. So thank you very much.
Oh, and I have your applications for reserve officer right here. Just stay in the-
Okay. All righty. I want to give special recognition to Officer Juan Rodriguez for his many years of outstanding dedication to the residents of Miami Lakes and his involvement with numerous town events, but especially as our Public Safety Committee police representative. I'd like to also take this moment to acknowledge Officer Robin Amador, where he's hiding, who will be our incoming Public Safety Committee police representative if we let Juan leave quietly like he wants to probably do, but we're not going to let him do that, are we? So also special thanks to my new Public Safety Committee liaison. Please stand for me. Isle Pastora and Victoria Vega, please stand, because these two ladies, I don't know why they didn't come with apples and oranges to throw at me, because I've driven them crazy for the past 2 weeks. So thank you, ladies, for your time and patience and understanding. And this concludes our appreciation ceremony. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate you all, fire, police, council members, residents, my friends, some enemies, I'm sure. But anyway, thank you so much, and good night and drive safely. Love you all.